Hi, it's Liz from Sew for Home with a beginner-friendly apron that is super fun to make. This is our Rosalie apron. It is named after Sew for Home studio kitty, Miss Rosalie, and is a nod to the very cute Here Kitty Kitty fabric that we used, which is by Corey Dantini for Free Spirit Fabric. The apron is soft and light. There is no added interfacing, and you can use these long, extra long, skinny ties to wrap it around for a casual, real comfy kind of fit. Construction is going to be fast and easy, really for any skill level, but if you are just starting out, an apron is a great introduction to a number of techniques that you'll be able to use in future garment sewing projects like clipping curves, gathering, piping, hemming. We have all the steps for each. Although this is a basic project, we opted to use the top-of-the-line Janome Continental M17. We didn't take advantage of all the amazing embroidery, stitching, and quilting features, but we did really enjoy its precise fabric handling and being able to spread out across the seamless all-metal flatbed. There are 13.5 inches to the right of the needle, which is excellent for working with large pieces like the apron skirt panel. It's worth a trip to your Janome dealer to give this model a spin. So I wanted to spread things out a little bit here because I want to talk about one of my favorite details on this particular apron, which is how both the neckties and the waistband waist ties are doing double duty. Now, of course, they are ties, so they're going to hold the apron in place while you're wearing it, but they are also acting as binding, both for the bib along the raw edge, as well as for the seam allowance that is attaching the bib to the skirt. And this is a unique front-facing seam allowance. So you're going to bind it with that long continuous strip, and then you're going to press it down and edge stitch to hold it in place. So it is definitely pretty from the front, but that means it's also pretty from the back. And again, because that is just one long strip like that, it makes a really nice continuous line around the skirt. And like I said before, they're nice extra long ties, so you can wrap them around and knot them in the front or make a pretty little bow. We do recommend creating, and don't worry, we're going to show you how, creating your own custom binding rather than using a packaged bias binding for this particular project. You can get a perfect color match, and also you can make it a little bit wider than the commercial kind. And we also show you a little quick folding tip to make sure the ends of all the ties are sharp and clean. So when you're selecting the solid fabric that you're going to use for the ties, you want to look for a color within your fabric's motif that it's going to be a strong accent, but that doesn't mean you'll necessarily choose the most dominant color. Instead, you kind of want to look for one that highlights the motifs, maybe an outline or a connecting flourish. In our motif, we picked out the black elements that are surrounding all of the drawings, and then this is the color that we also use to outline the pocket piping. So those thin lines on the piping and the narrow ties, they're echoing the delicate black drawings that are within our fabric's motif. So it's subtle, but these are the kind of design choices that can really make a difference in the final look of your apron. There is a free pattern download for the apron bib, and for two different pocket options. There's a cat pocket and a plain pocket. Of course, we went with the cat pocket to match our kitty theme. You're going to do both edge stitching and top stitching throughout the construction, so do bust out your favorite specialty presser feet to give you the best control. Changing your presser foot is really one of the fastest, easiest way to ensure a more professional finish. Now, our choice was simple, just the Janome satin stitch foot. The width of the foot gave us several edges to choose from as a guide, and because the foot is see-through, it was easy to keep things nice and straight with all of our seams. Other Janome presser foot options that you might consider include the edge guide foot. There's a bi-level foot, the sliding guide foot, quilting foot and guide set, and even a ditch quilting foot. Our thanks to Janome America for their support of this project. You know, if you've never sewn on a Janome or you haven't tried one of their new models, I really do encourage you to visit a dealer for a test stitch. I think you will see pretty quickly why we are an exclusive Janome studio. Thanks to our sponsorship from Janome America, the step-by-step instructions and the patterns for our beautiful Rosalie apron are available free on Sew for Home. Thanks for listening and happy sewing!